What's up, men's physique fans, and welcome back to another video. Finals for the men's physique Mr. Olympia just wrapped up, and we are now looking at your three-time Mr. Olympia champion, and who I believe is now officially the greatest men's physique athlete of all time in Ryan Terry, bringing home the title. Now, before we get to him, I want to give some flowers to your top 5 finalists and some people who found themselves outside of that conversation but brought great packages. First, starting off with your 5th place finisher in Edwin Palmero, now your 3-time 5th place finisher. And the one thing I have to say about Edwin, we talk about consistency and how important consistency is in this sport of bodybuilding, especially as it continues to evolve. And Edwin is a prime representation of that. He may have gotten 5th 3 times, but this 5th place showed consistent improvements and also validates that as the caliber athletes continue to evolve, he continues to evolve as well. I think this was the best version of Edwin. He was hard, he was dry, he had balance. He just needs to continue to put on that tissue and density, and he's gonna be very hard to stand next to. And then we have coming in at 4th place, your 2022 Mr. Olympia champion, your Arnold Classic champion, 2-time, in Aaron Banks. Now, when it comes to an Olympia champion, continuously competing and doing the Olympia, his expectations, very similar to all of ours, is to walk away with the title. And what we saw from Aaron today was not enough to get the job done. But it doesn't change the fact that he continues to show improvements. Granted, in the whole and package of Aaron Banks, it was not a necessarily better version than him at the Pittsburgh, but judges will say he needs to fix X. He fixes it, but at the same time, other things still need to continue to improve. Now, Aaron has the best structure in men's physique, and when you are somebody with that high of a ceiling, it's very, very hard to stand next to him. This was probably one of the worst versions of Aaron Banks that we have seen, and he is still 4th in the world. At any Olympia he's ever done, he's never been lower than it, and also continues to find himself in the conversation, even with a lesser than expectations when it comes to the package that he brought. But all I know is this: he looks great, he needs to continue to get better, and he will. This stuff like this motivates a dog, and we're gonna see what he can continue to do. And then coming in at 3rd place, making his Olympia return, in Brandon Hendrickson. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I had a fear at one point that Brandon had the opportunity to fall out of the top 5 just based off of packages he's brought in early in the season and who he's already lost to. But I forgot who Brandon is, the kind of athlete and dog mentality that he brings, especially to shows like the Olympia. And he's proven it. And like I said, when it comes to Olympia champions, because we had 4 in one show, let that sink in. We only have 5 total when it comes to the men's physique division. So we had dogs continuously competing and trying to continue to, make their legacy even bigger and brighter. He showed up, he showed out, he showed improvements from every package that he brought earlier in this season. And I can only imagine what this is gonna do fuel-wise for him moving forward. Because I don't think he's done at all. He might have hinted at it back in the day, but I think this is still going to be a motivated version of Brandon Hendrickson that we see in the next coming months. Who knows? Maybe he'll do a show just to keep things going, or we'll see him in 2026. Whatever it is, I know the best version of Brandon Hendrickson that we've ever seen has not been shown yet. And when we do, dangerous. And coming in at 2nd place, 2 years running, is none other than Ali Bilal. Now, though this may have been a loss in the grand scheme of things, in a smaller subsection of things, he did beat Brandon Hendrickson, which is his arch rival, right? So even though he didn't necessarily touch him on stage, he hit him where it hurt. He got to 2nd place, he looked great, and he looked significantly improved at finals. And that's one thing that I have to say. Who knows where this could have went if Ali Bilal brought the package at finals to prejudging, because he was more polished, which is kind of crazy to say because he just shows up polished 99% of the times. He was more polished, he was significantly fuller, and you can just see the muscle pushing back against the skin. And when you saw that kind of pop, that was the signature Ali Bilal that we all have known and loved and know how dangerous it can be. So guys, I'm telling you right now, Ryan Terry was undisputed. He showed up, He controlled his variables, he was full, he did everything he needed to do, and he improved from the package he brought last year, even when he won the title then. He did exactly what he needed to do to walk away with the title. But Ali Bilal is here. He's coming. And I'm telling you guys right now, I'm telling you guys, all the athletes, myself included, if we do not step up our game, we will never see that top conversation because of the people who are right now fighting tooth and nail to get the job done. The top, it's not easy, man. You got a Brandon Hendrickson, you got an Aaron Banks, you got an Ali Bilal, Ryan Terry. Dangerous. And of course, you're now 3-time Mr. Olympia champion in Ryan Terry. Guys, there's not much I even need to say at this point about what we saw from Ryan. The one thing that we can say is, I just don't see a world right now. Yes, everybody else is dangerous, and I know Ali Bilal is here, but if Ryan Terry just continues to improve the way that he is showing that he can and has, there's nobody who's gonna be able to beat him. The back, the balance from top to bottom, the conditioning, the fullness. When he nails everything 100%, I really don't see over the next couple of years a guy who can really just make that jump based off of where they are now and the improvements that they need to make in order to catch up to the best version of Ryan Terry. I just don't see it. But like I said, Ryan Terry, he's hungry, and he also made it very clear in his post-show announcement that he was not going anywhere. Ryan Terry is back. Let's take a listen.
This year, obviously being the reigning champion, I did get thrown at quite a lot by a certain somebody. But to be fair, I want to thank that guy because he unleashed something in me this year, which I never thought I had, a new level, and it really brought the best out of me. So I actually thank him for it. And one other thing, he spoke about retiring me, and I say when I'm retired, and it's not yet. No chance.
And before we get out of here, I have to highlight a handful of names that really stood out to me at this year's Olympia, starting off with Corey Morris. Guys, you hear me rave about Corey Morris' physique all the time, a real-life action figure brought to life. And he looked just like that today, but 9 pounds bigger. I actually spoke to his significant other, and she confirmed he was 9 pounds of muscle bigger than he was just last year's Olympia. Like, let that sink in. We already talked about Corey being massive, and now he was massive times 9. It was insane. I didn't know what I was looking at when I saw him walk out. It was just nasty. Now, again, I get where Corey Morris is because I don't know if coming out maxed out was the smartest thing to do for what they're looking for in the men's physique division, but also Corey has done everything else they've asked, streamlined, downsized, and he wasn't getting moved up, So I get the idea of wanting to try something new, but again, just as a freak and an enjoyment of watching his physique, it was absolutely insane. It might not have been exactly what they're looking for in men's physique, but it was a crazy look. And of course, I want to take a quick second to thank, more than anything, Jeremy Buendia for everything that he's done for the men's physique division. With this being his last ride and the last opportunity, we'll likely see him on stage for the men's physique division, definitely, but who knows for the future with other divisions. It was a moment when I was sitting here watching finals and realizing, wow, this is the last time there's a chance I might see him. And even though the physique that he brought today wasn't enough and it maybe not was up to the standard that he wanted to bring, top 8 in the world. Like, let that sink in. Jeremy Buendia has been doing this for decades, and he's proven that even though he might not be good enough to win the title, he's definitely good enough to stand with the best in the world and give them a run for their money. Jeremy Buendia looked absolutely amazing. I actually break down this topic a little bit more in a separate video, but I wanted to make sure that I say it as much as I can. Jeremy Buendia is a legend. He's done so much for the men's physique division. And last but certainly not least, the shock of the show. We talked about international guys coming over and absolutely wreaking havoc. We see it here once again. Juin He, I'm gonna completely apologize in advance, butchered your name, but brother, I've never seen a physique that went from 11th place in 1 year, jump to 6th place in the manner that he did. He fought from the end of second callouts all the way to the middle of second callouts, and then got to the first callouts and fought his way back into that 6th conversation. It was insane. We saw his physique get better. He continued to maintain his fullness. He just got drier and harder as he continued to pose. This is a physique that you need to keep an eye out for. Asian aesthetics is here, and I'm telling you guys right now, this is gonna be a guy who can stand next to those top guys and give them a run for their money. Great structure, great conditioning, great fullness, great balance from front to back. Dangerous. And also guys, don't forget, if you are in need of board shorts, you have an upcoming show, you love the current design that's on the website, make sure you go check out Manifest Competition, where if seeing Ryan Terry, our 3-time champion, isn't enough to validate Manifest, I don't know what is. And of course, I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and until the next video, peace.